Thanks, Sophie. Hello, good evening. I'm Roger Johnson. Welcome to North West Tonight. Thanks for joining us. Our top story this evening: she destroyed my life. We will talk to the man who spent 2 months in prison after a woman made up claims about a grooming gang. Jordan Trengove says that Eleanor Williams' conviction means that he can now start to rebuild his life. Also tonight, a man from Barrow who was falsely accused of multiple rapes says that he can start to rebuild his life after his accuser was found guilty yesterday of perverting the course of justice. Eleanor Williams claimed that she was the victim of a grooming gang which had been trafficking her for sex, but a jury decided that she'd made it all up. Jordan Trengove had to wait more than 3 years for the case to come to court. He's been talking this afternoon to Phil McCann.
Since Jordan's life was ruined by Eleanor Williams' lies in 2019, he's moved out of Barrow and become a dad. But, at least until now, he hasn't been able to move on.
It's been hell with my mental health. I didn't want to have a bond with my son when he was first born because I was scared that people were going to grow up. When he grew up, people were going to be like, your dad's a rapist.
Eleanor Williams painted a dark, fictitious picture of what went on in the streets of Barrow after dark, where she said a gang was forcing her to go from house to have sex with different men, here and across the north of England. In 2019, she went to the police and, amongst others, she accused Jordan of raping her, assaulting her and threatening her. He was charged and spent 10 weeks on remand in prison. The charges were dropped and he was released, but rumours of his arrest spread around his town, and the next year Williams took to Facebook, without naming him, to tell her story.
It absolutely destroyed the town. It's a very long list of all the stuff I've had. I've had threats of my son being trafficked, my missus being raped in front of me. I've had her children offered to be trafficked. It's unbelievable.
The police found Williams had created a false Snapchat account and used it to send threatening messages to herself in Jordan's name. And his alibis held up. This is him in a police van getting a lift home from a night out at the exact time she said he was raping her. Yesterday, she was found guilty of perverting the course of justice.
I've never felt happiness like it. As weird as it sounds, like it just feels like a big chunk of my life's back. That what was took away and just put in a corner.
And now Jordan is finally able to do this.
Like the shop's only around the corner, I wouldn't walk there on my own, but now I feel like I could do that.
You wouldn't go to the shop around the corner on your own?
No. This verdict's just turned me into a completely different person already. I have a completely different outlook on life now. It's just mad how one day can change my life.
But Jordan has a lingering question.
I want to know why she did this. Not just to me, to everyone.
Phil McCann, BBC North West Tonight.
Well, the Prime Minister said today, as you may have seen, that the government is taking action to tackle the crisis in the country's accident and emergency departments. More staff are being recruited and more money is going into social.